What is going on, guys? It's Will Kelly with Military Lawn Cuts, and if you own a lawn care business or you're starting out as a side hustle, scheduling starts to become one of the most important tasks in a business. Now, as you start to grow and scale, in the beginning, it's easy, right? You could just schedule all of your stuff on one day and you can basically get all of that stuff done, whether that's quotes, mowing, landscaping, fertilizing and weed control, doing those tasks. You can basically just schedule it all in one day. But what happens when you start to actually grow and scale and get a lot of volume of customers? That's what we're going to be talking about today, on how we have built 2 lawn care companies, one doing $650,000 closely in revenue annually, and the second one we just started this year, and we are going to break down the blueprint on how we schedule. So what we like to do is typically a 5-day work week. I don't personally like working on Saturdays, and because we are a faith-based company, we will never ever work on a Sunday for our team and our crew. So they understand that. We tell that to them from day one when they come in, that they'll never work on a Sunday. We try not to work on Saturdays. I say we try. In the spring rush, we do work a lot of Saturdays. There are occasions where we will have maybe a third of the crew come in on a Saturday to carry out the workload that didn't get done Monday through Friday. But what we did in our first year was we actually scheduled like mowing. Like once we actually got a lot of customers, like I'm talking like over 100 customers, like reoccurring customers, okay? What we were doing is we were scheduling our mows every single day of the week. And what we found is that when you do that, you're going to get rained out. There's going to be somebody that's sick, and there is going to be a truck that breaks down. There has to be room for error in your schedule. So you cannot just come in here, and we're going to use X's, the green X's, as our mow days. So we can't just come in here and do mow on all 5 days out of the week, especially when you are just starting off. What I would prefer you do is start to break it up somehow, some way. So here is an option for you that worked really well for us. Okay, again, remember, green X's are mows, red X's are landscape jobs. So what we did in year 2 is we said, you know what? This 5-day work week, it's not happening. It's not working well. We're always working Saturdays. I don't like working Saturdays. So what do? We said, you know what? Let's condense this 5-day mow schedule into 4 days and do landscape jobs on day 5. Let's do it. Let's try it and let's see what happens. And what we found is that when we did this, what happens is Monday be great, we'd finish, Tuesday be great. Oh no, guess what? Wednesday it rains. Well, it was a steady rain. There wasn't a ton of lightning and all this stuff. And we technically couldn't mow, but maybe we could still trim bushes and do landscape jobs and rip out dead bushes and do all of that landscaping stuff. So you know what we did? We took our Friday landscape jobs and moved them to Wednesday. And then what we did is the Thursday and Friday, we tried to make up those mows, which a lot of times we were able to do. Because we were able to trim our bushes in the rain, we were able to pull weeds in the rain. It's the best time to pull weeds is when the ground is wet. So this is kind of a hybrid schedule now that you are doing mowing 4 days a week, and on the 5th day, you actually can do landscapes. Now, in a scenario where it doesn't rain, great. You get all your mows done and you do your landscape jobs on Friday. But this Friday landscape job route gives you the flexibility to move that up in your schedule, okay? Now, and before I jump into this, or before I erase this, the reason why this works so well is because generally, typically speaking, landscape jobs, there is like, typically they're projects, right? 3-4 hour projects, and you don't have a lot of them. With our mows, one guy is typically doing 12 lawns, 2 guys is typically doing 20 lawns. So what we do is we tell our customers, hey, we're going to be there on Wednesday. That is your mow schedule unless we have inclement weather. So it's our responsibility and duty to be reliable and show up there. Now, obviously if it rains, they understand. Simple email, hey, we had inclement weather, we're going to push you to next week, or not next week, we'll get you in with the next 2 days. But for the landscape jobs, typically you're only pulling up a few jobs, 1, 2, or even 3 customers. So to shoot them an email real quick in the morning and say, hey, we had some rain, we're going to pull your job up, a lot of times they're like, great, that's awesome. And it's not like you're emailing 20 customers. It's only typically maybe 2 or 3 because it's bigger landscape jobs. All right, now I'm going to show you another option that we also did. This was in year 3, is we said, you know what? Sometimes it doesn't rain in Texas, and we get all the way through our schedule, and you know what? Fridays are tough because it doesn't rain Monday through Thursday, and now we've got all these big landscape jobs on Friday. So, you know what we did? Is we said, let's move the landscape jobs to Wednesday. So this is a nice schedule because what happens is you mow 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, then you get a break from all of the walking. So I don't know about you, but we use 21-inch mowers, okay? Our guys are walking like 5-6 miles a day. So to break it up to landscape where they may be on their hands and knees pulling weeds for 2 hours is a good switch up. And then they go right back into Thursday and Friday mowing again, okay? Now, this whole schedule is mainly built off of reoccurring revenue. So in the lawn care industry or whatever service-based industry you're in, that's what we want to focus on is reoccurring revenue. Why? We sell the customer one time, we're there 36 visits out of the year, and for as many years as we retain them as a client. So we're not really... we are a landscaping company, but we're not really a landscaping company. We don't have landscaping crews. Like even right now, we have 6 trucks, and we don't have a full truck, a full-time truck and route an individual that just goes out there and just trims bushes all day. We don't do that. We're really focused on mowing, reoccurring revenue. We're really focused on weed control, reoccurring revenue. Now we are starting to incorporate reoccurring revenue on the landscaping side and doing landscape maintenance, which is like a monthly visit. We come out, we trim bushes, we pull weeds and things like that. So, but that's what this schedule is built around. This is how our system was built. The biggest thing that I would tell you is, and biggest thing that we've learned is that you have to have room for error in there. So let's say, for example, you are just all a mowing company. That's okay. If that's all you have right now is mows, you don't get a lot of projects, you don't get a lot of landscaping. Mowing's pretty easy, I think, to try to pick up some customers. So what you'll want to do is, if that be the case, and just disregard this first column, but what you can do here is, this is probably how I would schedule it. If I was just focusing really on mows, I didn't get a lot of landscape jobs, is instead of having 5 full days here, I would make my Wednesday route a shorter day. In fact, what I would do is I would just make it a half day, okay? So let's put one slash. Oh my goodness, that's a skinny slash. All right, there we go. Now, what does this look like? So again, Monday and Tuesday, we're coming out guns a-blazing, right? We got full routes, we got full mows, and then Wednesday rolls around and it's like, you know what? It's a nice little break in the middle of the week to not go 4 straight days hard, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then have to be like, okay, let's take a half day Friday. A lot of the times what we have found with our crews is sometimes they get a little burnt out when you're jam-packing those schedules and routes all day long, 4 days in a row. So Wednesday is kind of like that sweet spot where you could say, you know what? Let's take the gas off the pedal just a little bit. Give our guys a break, maybe give them a half day. Maybe have it be a little lighter day. Maybe let's focus on equipment that day, doing oil changes, maybe doing some admin stuff, okay? So this would be a schedule that I would recommend that worked really well for us in year 3, is Wednesday being our lighter day, and then we come back and crush it Thursday and Friday, and oh, guess what? After Friday, guess what? Right here. It's the weekend, so they get 2 days to recover. So you can go hard for 2 days and then get a break for Saturday and Sunday. Guys, my name is Will Kelly. I'm with Military Lawn Cuts. If you found value in this video, please hit that like button. It helps the algorithm. We need to reach more great business owners just like yourself.